Typically when tests are taken in the testing center, you'll have an opportunity to to make up any points you missed on the test. That way it's not just a penalize and forget type process. I want you to be able to learn from those mistakes. That's really important. Further, there'll be, and there's of course partial credit on the tests. I definitely want to see your thought process, which is to me philosophically more important than the final answer, because if two people one person can go through a process and get the right answer and not really know what's going on, while another person's thought process is great and maybe they just missed the last final answer. And that's important in, of course, applied settings, but we're learning, so I'm not expecting perfection. A show you know is a written and typed assignment, which will be in the range of 1 to 3 pages, to demonstrate your knowledge, asking you to dig deeper into some of the ideas that we talk about. There'll be 2 of those. Late work is not accepted. You have to have a pretty good reason to be able to submit late work. Oftentimes, something does go awry, and I can understand that, but typically I put it on here in the syllabus that late work is just generally not accepted. Here's kind of the breakdown of the schedule. Things will inevitably vary, and they could vary by as much as a couple of weeks, so don't stick too close to this, but this kind of just gives you the overall perspective. I'll let you read through the rest of this. This talks about things like what we're committed to at Chandler Gilbert. If you have any learning disabilities, we have a Disability Resources Services Center, and in order to have any accommodations, you must contact them. We have a learning center on campus, which is great. It's a place where you can actually, you've paid your tuition, so you can actually come sit and ask questions from tutors. It's a pretty open, easygoing environment, and you just raise your hand when you're ready. It's first come, first serve, and a tutor will be with you to answer any questions you might have. Plagiarism, don't do it. There are easy ways of catching it on, especially online. Make sure you're using your Maricopa account, your email account. You should be using @maricopa.edu, that account. And there's just some other stuff here that is worth looking into. So I think I've hit on everything primarily that I want to discuss. I just emphasize to you that this class can be a little bit different. I'm not going to ask you to simply regurgitate and go through a bunch of solving of equations and mindless type activities. This is really a critical thinking class, maybe a little bit different than other math classes you have had in the past, in particular because it's online, but also because I'll ask you to do a lot of real world stuff, solve a lot of real world problems, and you'll notice in the ebook there are a lot of words, because that's how we communicate. We communicate in words, and math is just a way for us to organize numbers and quantitative information to make different types of decisions. So I will ask you to do a lot of critical thinking, and everybody has sort of a different level of math knowledge in an intermediate algebra course. I acknowledge that, but right now this kind of levels the playing field, because it's going to be based on thinking and not so much on just your mathematical skills. Now, of course, that does come into play, but you don't have to be a mathematician at this point. So I look forward to working with you this semester. I just again want to reiterate that this is an online course and it requires a lot of attention, so don't forget that, but I'm here to support you throughout the semester. So have a great one, and I look forward to discussing things on the discussion board with you.